Hey guys, brand new signature edition helmet, but it's probably not the one you're expecting. Okay, this is not one of the helmets that we teased earlier in the year. It's not one that's in development. Those are all still in development. But check the video out in the next couple of weeks because we will be updating massively on the work that's going on with those helmets. This is like almost a bonus helmet, a bonus signature edition helmet. And this is for all the people who may have missed out on a previous edition of this helmet. So what's it going to be? Okay. Well, before we get to that, let's talk about who's signing this edition. Now, if you picked up the Sandtrooper concept / sculpt that we recently did, you will know that one of the signatures on that was Chris Bunn. So let's talk about Chris Bunn.
Some of the other films you've been in, like you said, you said Superman, James Bond.
4 Bonds, yeah.
4 Bond films that you were in.
Batman.
Any of the other, yeah? If you want to rattle some off that you've been in.
Batman 1 and 2 with Michael Keaton. Eagles Landed, Memphis Belle, The Shining. Big movies. Yanks with what was it? Another film. 3 Carry On films. Television, Minder, Sweeney, Professionals. Professionals, I was actually Bodie's stunt double.
So Chris Bunn's like an extras kind of a guy. He worked through Central Casting, and if you don't know what Central Casting is, it was an agency that supplied extras and bodies and just people to movies, just to fill a gap. So they're not actors. Usually they don't have speaking roles. They are people there to fill costumes, to make up the background. And the nice thing about Chris is he's really open about that, and he's proud of being a background player. This is what Chris told us about how Central Casting worked.
As you come to the end of the day and you finish on that film, you get straight onto the phone, Central Casting, all you do is put your name in. Chris Bunn, that's all you do. Enough at the moment, Chris. So you try, but maybe an hour later you phone back. Or they might say, yeah, hang on, Chris, and come back. Oh yeah, 8 o'clock tomorrow, Shepperton on Superman or whatever. That's the way it used to work, just like that. It was a lottery, really.
Yeah.
But, I suppose I was lucky. I was 5'11", slim, and I fitted the bill. Making films wasn't just another conveyor belt for us. We go from one film to another one to another one. I mean, I got called off of Star Wars to go on a film called The Eagles Landed, a war film, good war film. And we was working on that during the day, and in the evening, we was going down to Shepperton, we was out on location on the River Thames near Reading, and in the evening we was going back to Shepperton Studios to work on a Pink Panther film at night.
Right.
So I got pulled off of Star Wars, because I was already contracted to go on The Eagles Landed. Done the Eagles Landed for 6 weeks, and in the evenings we were going down to, so I was working day and night.
Right.
There was so much going on those days.
Yeah.
And they couldn't get the crowd. So of course we was turning up at Shepperton in the evening. They're welcoming us with open arms. Oh, we need bodies.
What roles did Chris play in Star Wars? Because obviously that's what's going to interest us today. Well, he was a stormtrooper.
Laurie and I actually in the opening sequence we come through the blast door.
Oh yeah.
Doing the chase scene, chasing Princess Leia and Luke Skywalker. And that's when the stormtrooper bangs his head.
Yes.
Which was Laurie. And I'm the one in front. I actually paused because I heard the noise.
Yes.
It shouldn't have been there. Yeah, so it just kept going. And then they cut. And afterwards, I don't know if it ended up on the cutting floor and had to sweep it up or something, but George Lucas decided to put it back in, just to give it sort of like a human element, and they put the sound effects in as well.
Okay, we're not getting into the debate about the headbang thing. I know this has been one of those kind of internet stories that's run and run about who banged the head. We're not here for that today because Chris Bunn is not that man. He was just a witness. Chris is also present in the cantina scene where he wears a large domed astronaut suit.
I had a big helmet on that one.
So tell us a bit about that.
Well, can you come back to, on the day before, can you come back on Monday? Yes. Get there on Monday. I got to wardrobe, expected to pick up my Stormtrooper costume. But they said, no, you can be a spaceman. And they put me in an astronaut's costume, which I had on for a week. I actually breathed a sigh of relief I can get out of that Stormtrooper costume. My character's name is Dan's Boring.
Right.
About right, I suppose.
But it must, again, another strange set to walk onto.
Oh yeah.
You know,
It was
it's
amazing.
Like, what am I getting into here?
Yeah. I walked up the bar, I'll never forget it was the 70s, it was just coming out of the 60s. I walked up the bar and there's all these strange coloured drinks and a lot of them had steam coming out of them. And I thought, wow, I'm back in the 60s. Wow.
So we're not doing a Stormtrooper helmet, and we're certainly not doing a cantina kind of weird spaceman helmet. So why are we talking about Chris? And what other roles did he play?
Yeah, Peter Diamond was the stunt arranger on the New Hope, and also on Empire Strikes Back, and myself. And he's talking us through how to handle weapons, and he's holding a big gun there.
So then again, you see Chris with Peter Diamond, and they're discussing the next scene as he's walking along the street with a big gun.
Just in between takes, and the next scene is me carrying that gun with 6 stormtroopers behind me, walking through the street. We might be looking for a Han Solo actually, because he was a smuggler.
So the exciting thing for us, there are many people who played Stormtroopers who could do a signature edition. There are not many who played Sandtroopers. And Chris Bunn played a Sandtrooper. Now, before you get carried away, because my initial reaction to this was, no we didn't, they were all Tunisian guys. What I never realised was they actually filmed some of those scenes that were set in Tunisia, in Mos Eisley, in Elstree Studios.
So for me, the most surprising thing about it was the fact that the sets are almost seamless from what was in Tunisia to what they had at Elstree.
Yeah, I was there the very first day it came back into the studio from Tunisia. I was there. And another story, I've spoken to Laurie Good about this, and he doesn't remember, but a lot of the guys, we got dressed up in a Stormtrooper costume, and we had a one-piece leotard from neck down to our feet, and a lot of the guys came out in a rash who were wearing this leotard.
Right.
Because what had happened, it came back from Tunisia, and they fumigated it, but it didn't wash the chemical out of the stuff, so everybody got this reaction from the chemical.
So sometimes you notice when it's shot on location and then it changes to studio. But this, I always thought was all filmed in Tunisia. I mean, it just shows you the lighting and the prop guys and what an amazing job they did on this movie.
Chris was one of those guys who wore the Sandtrooper for the interior shots set on Mos Eisley. I find this quite exciting because I love Sandtroopers, and this gives us an opportunity to now make another signature edition Sandtrooper helmet. These are quite rare because, as we talked about, a lot of local Tunisians played the Sandtroopers as we see them in the movie. So Sandtroopers, we've done a couple of editions of this. We did the Anthony Forrest one, obviously very famous for playing a Sandtrooper. He was actually on set in Tunisia. The whole reason he was there was for another role, but Alec Guinness demanded that somebody do the lines whilst wearing the suit, hence Anthony Forrest ended up in the suit. Then we did the Colin Michael Kitchens helmet. He was the dubbed voice on one of the Tunisian actors, extras, call them what you will, bodies. So this is a little bit different. This is another Sandtrooper who appears in yet another memorable Sandtrooper scene. I mean, this is quite important to the whole story of the movie.
I'm very excited about this. This is probably, I mean, I would love for it not to be the last Sandtrooper Signature Edition, but since, you know, we've moved on 40 years and more, we don't know any of the other Sandtroopers that are there in any of those shots. But yeah, I'm very excited for this one. It's a great helmet.
So if you missed out on the Anthony Forrest or the Colin Michael Kitchens edition, this, I think, potentially is the last guy that we're going to find to do a signature edition Sandtrooper. For a few reasons, I think this is quite exciting. As I said, I love Sandtroopers. I don't know about you guys, but I absolutely love that about Star Wars, that used universe, and the Sandtrooper for me is just the perfect stormtrooper. Okay, so unlike the previous signature editions that we've done of the Sandtrooper helmet, this is going to be a full PP helmet. That's polypropylene, aka HDPE. There are many logistical reasons for why we've chosen this route, but the main one being it's a signature edition helmet, and the PP is not the easiest material to get hold of, and we've still got some from our previous runs, so we thought we'd marry the two together and make the perfect Sandtrooper helmet. No compromises, signature edition, and it's a Sandtrooper. You know I love them.
So yeah, I'm really excited about this helmet with the, you know, there's all sorts of the little paint drips that you'll notice on it, and the little marks and everything, but not just from where it's been displayed. I mean, we're going to do an honest recreation of the original helmet that was used in the film, the one where you see him walk up and he talks to the Imperial Snitch, and I'm really looking forward to doing this one.
So there you go, guys. Signature edition helmet, bit of a curveball. You may think it's come from nowhere, but clearly we've been planning this for quite some time, as we had Chris as a signature on the special edition Snowtrooper sculpt that we did with Rogue One 6. If you didn't get that and you want his signature, or if you need this helmet, here you go. The choice is yours.
So yeah, Chris Bunn. The guys went for a shoot with him early in the morning, left me out. I cried all day, and then they asked me out for an Italian with him later on. So that's the first time I met him.
Let's just say, rather than being a man in his 70s, he was behaving like a man in the 70s.
Cool guy, very cool guy. I think he's 72 maybe, if I'm allowed to say that. Bleep that out if not. And he acts like he's my age. Well, I act like I'm a 5-year-old, but you know, he acts like he's at least 38. And then he started chatting this young lady up that lived nearby, Andrea.
So yeah, he is a character. He is a character. And if you ever get the chance to go over and meet him at a convention, go over, say hello, get an autograph off him. He's got some brilliant stories to tell.
He's such a sound guy. He's just dead down to earth, good laugh. And we took him out to the local pubs. Do you know, I probably can't tell you anymore because he's a party animal. But yeah, at one point, he was the first guy to turn up with the tequilas. then I think he probably did that 3, 4, 5 more times. So the guys and him and Chris were smashed.
If you get the chance to meet him, if he's at a convention nearby, go along and ask him about Memphis Belle. So there you go, guys, the Chris Bunn Signature Edition Sandtrooper helmet. Pre-orders will go live on May the 4th. And that's about it for this time. Please do stay tuned. We've got an awful lot of stuff coming up. We've got loads, and I mean loads, planned. But we are still busy with a bunch of commissions that we are making. So we've not done quite as much for May the 4th as maybe we would have liked to, but who knows where we'll be in a few weeks' time towards the end of the month. Okay, so do stick around, keep following us, keep liking, keep subscribing, keep commenting, and I'll catch you on the next one.